This week in college football, it's brought to you by Ram Trucks, Lowe's, Capital One, Dove Men Plus Care, and Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. We start off this week at our top 25, presented by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. The Ohio State Buckeyes still sitting pretty at number one after a 56-point beatdown over Maryland. LSU follows them behind after a 42-21 win over Kentucky. Notre Dame up to number 3, Georgia Tech up to number 4, and Penn State rounds out your top 5. All 5 of these teams are 6-0. North Carolina up to number 6 after win over Florida State. Texas defeats Oklahoma and Dallas by 17 points to move up to number 7. Clemson still at number 8 after a bye week. Georgia falls down 6 spots to number 9 after losing to now number 10 Auburn. They move up 3 spots to number 13 with a 35-10 win over Georgia. Tennessee defeats SEC cellar dweller South Carolina, and App State is at number 12 after a bye week. Oklahoma falls down to number 13, down 4 spots after loss to Texas, and Florida, after a 42-0 shutout against Vanderbilt, moves to number 14. Kansas State stays at 15 after a bye week. Illinois up to number 16, 7-0, best start for the Fighting Illini since 1951. Louisiana stays at 17, Utah up to number 18, Florida State down to 19, and Navy 6-0, up to number 20. Iowa down to 21, Missouri up 2 spots to 22, Minnesota doesn't move after a bye week, they say 23, Wake Forest new to the polls, they're 6-0 and they're number 24, and Michigan, after a heartbreaking loss at Nebraska, falls down 6 spots to number 25. And this Saturday on ESPN Saturday Night Primetime, it's the Tulane Green Wave matching off with the undefeated number 2 LSU Tigers in the game that hasn't been played since 2009. It's the battle for the Tiger Rag. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, live from Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. Now don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
When does an underdog stop being an underdog? After the first big win? The second? Try never. Because being an underdog isn't about how much you win. It's about how hard you're willing to work for it and making sure your opponents never know your next move. Which is why some of us make a point of staying underdogs, even when we're on top. Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Welcome back. It is now time for the Top 25 by Conference, presented by Lowe's. Do it yourself for less. The American Civil One, that is Navy. The ACC has Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, and now Wake Forest. The Big Ten has Ohio State, Penn State, Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, and wrapping them up, Michigan. The Big 12 still the same 3, bit of a different order. Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas State. Conference USA, MAC, and Mountain West all with nobody, but the FBS Independents still hold on to Notre Dame. The Pac-12 still with solely Utah, SEC shaking up just a little bit. LSU, Georgia, Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, same 6 though. The Sun Belt with Appalachian State and Louisiana, those 2 teams are both ranked and they're facing off in a conference clash on Tuesday night. Now if we break it down by the numbers, the American Independents and Pac-12 each have 1 apiece. Sun Belt with 2, Big 12 with 3, ACC with 5 teams, and the Big 10 and the SEC each have 6. And now we have the top 25 dropouts, presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? It's one team, Wisconsin, who is 2-3. Their 3 losses have been to ranked Michigan, ranked Illinois, and ranked Notre Dame. All 3 of these teams are ranked at the moment, 2 of them in the top 20. But those losses will add up if they keep losing. They have to win in Big Ten play if they want to get back in the polls. I have no doubt that we could see them back by the end of the year, but they have to win. And now we have the outside looking in presented by Dove Men Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin. Liberty, San Jose State, and Coastal Carolina are the first 3 on this list, all 6-0. But because they are either independent or a group of 6 teams, I feel like they could be leapfrogged by Nebraska, who's 5-2, and Kentucky, who are 5-1. They are on the list because even though they have blemishes on their record and they're not undefeated, there aren't that many undefeated left in college football at this point. Their strength of schedule and who they've played, if they keep winning, they could leapfrog potentially all three of those teams. And finally, the big games this week, presented by Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. First off, we got some Tuesday night action for you at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. It's a Sun Belt battle. Number 12, Appalachian State, heads to take on the 17th ranked Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. Then on Saturday at 3:30 on ABC, the Purdue Boilermakers looking to spoil the weekend for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And then 7 p.m. ESPN, the renewal of the battle for the Tiger Rag. Tulane and undefeated number 2 LSU going head-to-head in Baton Rouge. And live on ABC at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, it's ESPN Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. TCU taking on number 13 Oklahoma, live from Norman. Nassler and Herb Street will be on the call for what is sure to be a great game in the Big 12. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in College Football, and we hope you enjoyed this week of college football action.